We're here on GladrapChannel. We've got the one and only, probably my biggest interview I've ever done, is David Higgins. How's it going?
Hey, good, thank you. Thanks for coming along.
Not a problem. It's a very good press conference. We don't often get that in boxing here, so I'm very happy to be part of it and stuff.
Oh, cool. Yes, it's good to be here and give Butterbean Motivation a bit of a boost for the good work they do in the community, and good to have some of the Butterbeaners here to add some noise to the press conference.
Okay. I'm going to give you all the hard questions because I've been quite easy with everyone here. I'm going just loosen up the collar and stuff. But I'll give you an easy one now. Daniel Hennessy is now moving over to the Gold Coast, and he just had his story before that he came in with a deal with you on a handshake. That's how it all started with him and you two together. Yeah. And now he's moving over to Australia, kind of going beyond his next, expanding his career in Australia, practically. How do you feel about him leaving New Zealand?
Oh, that's good. You know, he should do what he thinks is right for himself and his family. He's been good for boxing and sport here for a number of years, and I wish him really well. And if we need him to ring announce, we'll just fly him back over once the borders open.
Yeah. So we've had, this is a hard question, we had the fears of the current COVID scare in Northland at the moment. Do you have any logistic plans to postpone if you had to?
Yeah, so you can't control the things you can't control, and boxing is a sport full of uncertainties anyway. Fights get postponed all the time because of injury or whatever. As far as we're concerned, it's absolutely going ahead Saturday, 27 February at Spark Arena. If for any reason the external environment changes and we need to push that out, then we just push it out. And it's just a moving thing until it happens. So, you know, at the moment for us it's business as usual. And everyone's in the country, the fighters and the trainers, they train in bubbles anyway, so it needn't necessarily affect their training. They stay in their bubble and prepare. And personally, I think if there's another lockdown, I think it'll be short and sharp, because I think the authorities are getting well used to how to run and control, and the systems are improving over time. And so we can't control that, so we'll just roll with the punches.
You should get a career in politics. You're so good at talking.
Well, yes. You've got to. In this business, you get thrust into asking hard questions with no preparation. You kind of get used to it.
Yeah. Now, I've always wanted to ask you this question for a long time. So you've always been managing Joseph Parker throughout his whole career. He's been the main centre for all the boxing that you've done for New Zealand, and created such a big area for New Zealand for boxing. My question is that why hasn't Duco tried to invest in another boxer earlier to try give them another main stage kind of thing?
Yeah, so we started in 2004, Duco, doing business conferences and then public speaking events. We've done big sports tournaments like the NRL 9s, the 10s rugby, boxing. Just this weekend we had a cricket match in Christchurch and an orchestral concert in New Plymouth. So I personally am attracted to doing events that I find interesting, present new challenges, a bit different maybe. So I've never really wanted to do the same thing over and over again. And so it just so happens that we also worked with Jeff Horn, who won a world title against Manny Pacquiao. But to date, we've got quite a full portfolio. We've had a full portfolio of a range of events, and it's a bit risky to only do boxing, for example. So we've tried to diversify what we do. That's not to say we wouldn't sign another boxer. We just haven't done so yet. If the right meeting of minds happened and we were attracted to a boxer and they wanted to sign with us, then maybe we would sign another boxer.
Kind of like the stars need to be in alignment kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not nothing. Yeah, it's just really one of those things that it's, you know, I've learnt to sort of go with intuition and that, and boxing. We've won the world title with Joseph Parker. We've won the world title with Jeff Horn. Done a lot in the sport. And I think if the right person who had that potential came along and wanted to work with us, then yeah, we'd probably look at doing something again. It's a tough sport in terms of sponsorship, so we're very grateful to the likes of Stonewood Homes, Andrew Sims, the sponsors, because it's one of the hardest sports in which to find sponsorship support.
Yeah. And have you thought about possibly signing Nika wherever he is?
Yeah, it's been discussed, and of course we've thought about it. And we haven't discussed it with him or management. We simply, it's not my style to jump down someone's throat or get over them like a cheap suit or promise them the world. I just thought it was an opportunity, given the circumstances, for us to get to know each other. David can see how we work, how we deliver, and vice versa. And then, we'll see what the future holds. He's got big plans to fight at the Olympics, and we wish him well to win a gold medal, hopefully. And then I'm sure he'll have many options for his future and give it very careful consideration, whatever happens.
Yeah. Kind of like just making sure it comes organically, have be on the same page, having that friendship as well as a business relationship.
Yeah, I mean, we worked with Joseph Parker for half a year or more before any contract was tabled or signed, and got to know Joe and the family and that, and some trust was built, etc. So I think that's important. And so we're just pleased to be able to have an event on, and we're pleased that David's available to debut on the event.
So you're talking about diversity in the sport, trying to create possibly some sort of diversity before. Where women's boxing is starting to become a little bit more popular these days, try to get more quality in the sport and all that. Have you, I've noticed that you have worked with women boxers in the past with Daniela Smith. You had a women's fight in the last show in Christchurch. Have you thought about working with more women's boxers, or?
Yeah, I think there's a women's boxing matchup in line to be on this particular card. Obviously, we haven't announced it yet, but I believe in equal opportunities. So long as all the right safety measures are in place for both men and women, I think that women should have opportunities too. And so, it'll be great if we can confirm that fight and announce it in due course.
I think that's pretty good. So, thank you very much for spending some time here, and also thank you very much for all you've done for New Zealand, because you've put New Zealand back on the map when we kind of hidden away when practically David Tour went away, came back, and you kind of reopened the doors for us. So I want to say thank you for all that.
Thanks. That's a big call, but if we've done something to help the sport and help people keep fit and lose weight and win world titles, that's a good thing, so I'll take that on board. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it is a big call, but we always see the boxers get the centre light, and you always give them a lot of credit, but you also have to take into consideration with the promoters who are putting their financial side at risk, and you going out there putting yourself on financial risk, but also making sure it's getting done and making sure that you're making a profit from it is also important as well.
It's a risky sport in the ring and outside the ring, and you can make a lot of money, you can lose a lot of money, and there's a lot of uncertainty, and so it's quite different to other events in terms of promoting boxing, and so thankfully I've got used to it, so I'm probably not as nervous as I was 10 years ago, but if we made a small contribution, we're grateful to have done so.
Well, thank you very much.